In the old allegory of Jack and the Beanstalk, we are not reading a children's tale. We are reading a manual for ascension, a cryptogram of the human soul's evolution, wrapped in a simple clothing so true you can hide it in plain sight. Every symbol in this story is a key to the invisible world, and every character is a psychological force within the initiatory journey of the seeker. As the old saying goes, where the mind sees a tale, the soul sees a roadmap. Today, we decode the roadmap. Welcome, and without further ado, the lesson titled Giant Killer. Let's begin. Jack is the fool, the initiate, the one who steps off the cliff. Jack is not merely a boy. He is the unrefined human soul, the fool of the tarot, the seeker who does not know any better. And that is exactly what makes him capable of spiritual adventure. Jack's archetype is him being spiritually inexperienced, or green behind the ears, a diamond in a rough, because the latent potential awaiting refinement, his nothing to lose, everything to gain, his openness to initiation. Jack represents the part of you willing to gamble the known world for the unknown world. He is the spiritual risk taker who trades comfort for destiny. Jack sells his cow to undergo initiation. The cow is the physical body, the earthly resource, the meat and milk of survival. See, selling the cow is not foolish. It's symbolic of detaching from the material dependency that chains consciousness to the lower world. Jack selling the cow is symbolic, or the idea reflects, of the no returning to his old self, the burning the bridge or burning your bridges, putting all your eggs in one basket, surrendering to the higher gamble, letting all the chips fall where they may, trusting the metaphysical process. Just like in ancient rites, the initiate gives up something real for something unreal, something only the inner eye can perceive. From little acorns, mighty oaks grow. Small beginnings open cosmic doors, or the whole 9 yards start with a single inch. Micro to macro transformation. The mysterious beans are the seeds of gnosis, the esoteric catalyst. The beans are metaphor, not vegetables. They symbolize key to higher consciousness, the esoteric seeds planted in one's hand by destiny, that spark that awakens the sleeping kundalini, the quiet yes that invites the cosmos to rearrange itself around your evolution. When Jack plants the beans, they shoot upright overnight. This is not agriculture. It is metaphysics. The beanstalk is the axis mundi, the real tree connecting heaven and earth, the spinal column carrying kundalini energy upward, the tree of knowledge growing as consciousness grows, the path of ascension bridging the lower and the higher realms. The stalk growing overnight symbolizes that enlightenment, once triggered, can erupt with explosive force. The reaching for the sky, that calling for spiritual expansion, or the sky's the limit, the soul's limitless potential. That is the moment of awakening, the mystical stretch of consciousness upward. The giant in the clouds is not a brute. He is the titan of your own subconscious shadow, the gatekeeper standing between you and your next spiritual level. He captures the giant's psychological nature, facing your demons or killing your Goliath. This giant representing the ego when it's inflated in its tyrannical form, the ancestral karmic patterns you must face, the guardian of the treasure house of the psyche. Without confrontation, one cannot ascend. His famous line, Fee, Fi, Fo, Fum, is the vibrational mantra, the distorted echo of higher frequencies. It is the roar of the ego sensing its own demise. The giant's treasure represents the spiritual gifts unlocked after the shadow work has been complete. The golden hen, or the creative power, representing your abilities to manifest, to produce value, insight, and transformation effortlessly. The enchanted harp symbolizes the harmonic alignment with the divine rhythm, living in flow. Tuned to cosmic harmony, your life begins to play itself, hence why the harp sings by itself. Lastly, the coins, or that sovereign energy, the material and the spiritual abundance, the return to your own power once stolen by fear, conditioning, trauma, or ego. That striking while the iron is hot, seizing your awakened potential. Jack bringing the treasure down the stalk symbolizes the descent of higher wisdom into the physical body. What that moment is meant to capture, the cutting ties, the severing the old self, the putting the nail in the coffin, the end of one's ego. Then Jack does something more powerful. He cuts down the beanstalk, killing the giant, symbolic of the final stages of initiation, the ego collapsing, the shadow integration, his sovereignty reclaimed, the burying the hatchet, the inner peace restored. Heaven and earth are now harmonized within himself. At its core, Jack and the Beanstalk is about spiritual maturation. Jack is every human being who receives the seed of truth, nurtures it, climbs the path rather than living in fear, confronts or faces the giants within, retrieves his own divine inheritance, returns grounded, sovereign, and transformed. Jack and the Beanstalk is a tale teaching you that your destiny grows from the seeds of your risk, that the giants only appear until your inner hero awakens. Fortune favors the bold, and ascension favors the initiated. Every choice you make plants a seed. Some seeds open nothing, others open heaven. The question is, what are you willing to trade your cow for? Your comfort? Your familiarity? The old identity? Because once you plant the right seeds, your stalk will grow, the sky will open, and your giant will appear, not to destroy you, but to reveal the treasure you always carry within.